that there was some kind of a Zoom call in which you had referenced an opponent as ogre on a pike.
I was referring to a guy named John Fetterman.
I never worked out in male modeling. Could call me Senator Shrek, whatever. But this guy is really the Pontiac Plattner.
That's Al Said from Michigan, candidate for Senate, going after a sitting member of the Democratic Senate. But today Fetterman hit back, and there's more of that coming up. Now, this could have been and still might be a wave election year for Democrats, but with the birth of the DSA, a very important civil war has broken out, which has got Democrats panicking and Republicans secretly smiling. Now, Michigan is vital if Democrats are going to win the Senate. Let's get into it.
Among Democrats, this is that Fox poll, a majority have a favorable view of socialism. Step outside the Democratic Party, it's a totally different world. Look at independence, socialism, deeply unpopular there. So is that a vulnerability for Democrats? Look more specifically at the two chambers here. Senate side, this, if you're a Democrat, this is the particularly tough one. They need a net gain of 4 seats to get control of the Senate. Take a look at the map here. How would they get 4? 4 is their target number. There's first thing, they can't lose ground. Georgia, New Hampshire, Michigan, Democratic seats. Big primary coming up in Michigan in a few weeks there. They could have general election implications. Democrats have to win those just to not lose ground.
Without independence, you are not going to win the state. Now, although Al Said says he's not a socialist, and I'm going to show you what he stands for in a minute, and you can make up your own mind, he is the DSA-backed candidate. Now, what exactly is the DSA? Now, I could tell you myself, but here's the co-chair of the DSA. Let her tell you.
Abolish the Senate.
True.
Okay. Replace the presidency and Supreme Court as we now know them.
Yep.
Abolish ICE.
Absolutely.
Abolish borders and give amnesty to anyone currently in the U.S. illegally.
As a long-term plan, yep.
Defund the Pentagon.
Absolutely.
Abolish prisons, at least in large part.
Yeah, again, that as part of a long-term program, yeah.
Okay, so no prisons. Government or public ownership of most large corporations.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm going to say it again. That is the co-chair of the DSA. Not walking it back, no nuance, not hedging, owning every single minute of it. Now, how can such crazy shit possibly have a chance of winning anywhere? Well, they're winning in Colorado, in Ohio, in Texas, in Mondani's New York. Here's a congressional candidate from New York.
Now, Avila Chevalier has been described as like AOC, but to the left, an anti-Israel activist who opposes all deportations and wants to abolish prisons. Avila Chevalier even recently declined to answer directly whether murderers should be incarcerated.
So it's real and it's spreading. So coming up, let's hear what mainstream Democrats have to say. Let's hear what Al Said himself has to say. And let's hear from their ringleader, one of the most powerful senators in the Senate, Bernie Sanders. But before we get into that, if you'd kindly hit that subscribe button, we'd really appreciate it. Go.
Rahm Emanuel wrote in the Wall Street Journal, the Bernie bros could spoil Democrats' midterms. He said the DSA and others are saddling the party with nominees who, as he put it, wildly unpopular positions will protect Republicans from having to pay the price of Donald Trump's corruption. He said it was the socialists who led the charge to defund the police, open borders, abolish prisons. He's saying those are losing messages that are going to hurt the party overall.
Look, this is an argument. There's no debate. There is a strong division within the Democratic Party. You have an establishment like Rahm Emanuel, who are dependent on billionaire campaign contributors and want to maintain the status quo. Then you have a progressive movement, which, by the way, what is getting these guys nervous is we are winning all over this country. It's not only Mondani in New York City, it is in New Jersey, it's in Ohio, it's in Colorado. People are sick and tired of the Rahm Emanuels and the Democratic establishment.
Do you really think that in a state like Michigan, it's going to be a progressive Democrat who could beat a Republican in November? This was a state Trump narrowly won.
Absolutely. Whether it's Michigan, Minnesota, Vermont, or any place else in this country. The point I'm trying to make, Margaret, and the polling indicates this, the people are sick and tired of the status quo.
So I agree people want change, but Michigan is a swing state where independents will decide the vote. So can Al Said bring home the Senate based on these policies?
We need to abolish things like the filibuster and the electoral college.
ICE cannot be reformed. ICE cannot be retrained. ICE has to be abolished. You said the Israeli government is evil. Do you think they're just as evil as Hamas?
Yes, killing tens of thousands of people makes you pretty damn evil.
Do you believe Israel has a right to exist?
The question of Israel's existence is not a question. I'm not going to play this gotcha game about whether or not it has a right to exist.
You said when they go low, we choke them out.
I mean, their choice to go low. Don't go low. I'm just saying.
So he claims he's not a socialist, but obviously his policies line up with the DSA. He's also the DSA chosen candidate, endorsed by Bernie, endorsed by AOC. He's been railing on the 1%, railing on the millionaires, talking about affordability, refusing to release his tax returns, and it turns out he himself is a multimillionaire, owns properties in Dubai where he's making hundreds of thousands of dollars. So he's not without controversy. So is this the guy to bring home the Senate for the Democrats? Or is this the Democrats getting in their own way and botching what should have been a slam dunk election? So today, some prominent Democrats decided to finally speak out. Let's hear what they had to say.
This is not a big tent kind of like, well, abolish prisons, abolish the border, abolish the presidency, abolish the Pentagon. I mean, these are crazy people.
That's a huge problem. These are views that are, I think, represented by a very small amount of individuals.
Some of this DSA stuff, let's be very clear, Stephanie, is way out of touch.
If Democrats want to make America more affordable, more fair, and more free, and I think they do, they better speak truth to its most extreme base, or they're going to let a small faction of radicals drive more people toward Donald Trump.
So up until this point, the line from Democrats has been that it's a big tent and they're all welcome, basically pandering to the DSA. But in my opinion, unless Democrat leaders make a distinction between the DSA and actual Democrat values, they're putting themselves at major risk of losing what was a very winnable map. And if they don't make that distinction, the Republicans are going to do it for them. So tell me what you think. Obviously, the DSA has potential of winning primaries, but do they have the potential of winning the actual election with independents thinking the way they do? Let me know in the comments. I'm going to post the last video we did up here. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and thank you for watching.